Here's how I got the carbon fiber trim piece on the Unihertz Titan. This piece is only held on by double-sided tape. Carefully pry it off with a plastic pry tool. Don't use too much force or you might bend and crease it. If it does not want to come loose, use a heat gun to heat it up. Try again every 5 seconds or so until it comes off. The material around this area is plastic, so be careful not to damage the surrounding area. The oval trim piece also needs to be pried off. I use a sharp tool like a small knife. There should be no adhesive behind it, but it does need something to get in there and lift it. Be very careful, it will come off. To color this proximity sensor cover, I am going to use Plasti Dip. I use this because it's easily removable and dries fast. Shake it up and give it a few light sprays from a few different angles. While the Plasti Dip is drying, let's go work on the main trim piece. This is a good time to clean off the lens of the proximity sensor. I use a cotton swab with some rubbing alcohol, then a small piece of paper towel to dry it off. For the main cover, I will be using this carbon fiber surface wrap called a remake sheet. You can use car vinyl wrap or any color or pattern you like. I just happen to have this handy and it was only $1.50 at Daiso. Trim the top edge straight across the carbon fiber pattern. Attach the trim piece on as straight as possible and trim off the edges with a scissor or razor blade. For the proximity sensor cutout, first make an incision, then use a sharp razor blade cutting tool to trim off the edges. If you happen to have trimmed too much and some metal was exposed, you can cheat a little here by going over the edge with a permanent marker. After about half an hour, the Plasti Dip should be dry and you can now place it back into the proximity sensor cavity. Push it in until it's flush. Now to reinstall the main trim piece. The original adhesive should still be good enough if this is the first time you've taken it off. But if you want a more secure install, use a very thin, strong double-sided tape like this one. Simply push it back into position.